Hey, welcome to my basement, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing very well. We've got a great guest to wrap up this Friday with Don Fubar. Jose Sanchez joins us right now in the basement. And this is a live show for those that don't know. We've been doing a lot of pre-recorded basements, but we are doing it live. And so let me know. I can adjust the audio levels as we go, and we can take some questions from people if you're here. Thank you very much for joining us. I know I streamed a little bit of Mafia earlier today, and I had some people come in for that. Turtle Fuzzle is in the house. Mr. M9991, happy Friday, everybody. JD Power is here. Nintendo Boy 17, hi there, is here. So thank you all for joining us. Foobs, how are you doing, my friend? How's everything going?
It's going good, man. Just another day in quarantine. You know, the scratches on the wall is getting longer. Another day. Rationed out food. It's like, oh my god.
This has been a huge week for video games. This week, I almost said this year because it's felt like a year. This week has felt like a year. What did you think when you heard the Bethesda news? I mean, that's clearly one of the biggest things that's happened in games in all of 2020. But what did you think on Monday when that news dropped?
Unreal. I mean, talk about what, and it's such a money good on Bethesda. All the fine people over there. You know, congrats. Welcome to the official, I guess, Microsoft family.
Yeah.
I mean, what a bomb to drop right before your pre-orders go live.
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
just in case you were itching for something, you know, little something special. Here's a tidbit, might sway your vote. But holy crap! I mean, they could have bought me for like $7 million. They'd have to spend all those billions. There's not a high price tag on this soul of mine.
Do you think they sold for the right price, or did Microsoft get a deal, or like how do you evaluate something like this?
I mean, it's so tough nowadays. Like things have been being bought for like Disney was bought for $4 billion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yes.
Like $4 billion. That's it.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like that. So 7 point. It's almost double. So I guess hopefully you're getting your money's worth. Because after I feel like $1 billion, the zeros stop mattering to me. I'm like, that sounds like a lot of money. It sounds like a lot of zeros I will never see.
Right.
You throw 7 of those together, and it's like sounds like somebody's hopefully in the good, getting out of debt, paying off some credit card bills.
It's hard not for an individual to look at that number and just equate it to what we know in our lives, and of course. It's such an insurmountable amount of money, but that it's an industry is what they've bought, because every one of those properties is
it's massive.
Well, it's a movie deal, it's a TV deal, it's ancillary licensed products, it's a comic book, it's sequels and re-releases and remasters. So I mean, I guess that's what the accountants have to do. They have to go and say, well, how much is Doom worth? How much is Elder Scrolls worth? And not just the brand, but every individual game that's already been released, which Microsoft now owns, which is just surreal. Do you think that they're going to lock it up and make all of this stuff Xbox exclusive? Because obviously that's the big topic of discussion right now. Are these only going to be available to be played on Xbox consoles? I
mean, I feel like when you have something like PC, also part of that Microsoft library, which a lot of people are going to be playing these games on PC anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks for. I mean, it's good on the people are the backwards compatible versions of the PlayStation games going to be played?
Right.
What's going to have? You still have those to hold on to. I mean, obviously they're going to just get to. I feel like it might be a better thing for Bethesda knowing that they can just focus on like the Windows sort of aspect of it, and then just make it an Xbox version of it off of that instead of having to worry about, the Switch version or the PlayStation version. So I feel like maybe it'll be easier on the team, hopefully, in creating these games, so we'll get a lot more of them faster. Not saying that they need to flood the market with more of the same games year after year after year, but I mean, I like the fact that they do take their time when they do put out a game. But now, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how much better this makes the game quality.
Why do you think Bethesda did this? Why do you think it was important for them to make this massive decision and reposition themselves as part of a publisher with already a huge collection of developers under its belt?
Yeah.
Why did they want to do this?
$7 billion.
And it was a cash deal.
Sway my vote. Listen, you might not have anything to do this upcoming quarantine season, but how would you like an extra $7 billion in the bank?
And it's a privately held corporation, by the way. It's not a publicly held company. So it's a cash deal, and I guess they get out, right? I mean that's the thing about companies. We as players and appreciators of all of this creative work, we're always thinking, it's weird. I have you on 3 different monitors, so I don't quite know which one to look at. It's Jose all day here.
That's why you're over here, you're over there.
This is my first time doing a live stream Vic's Basement thing like this. Like we think of these companies as forever places, that if it would be a dream to be able to work at a company like this and build these incredible entertainments for all of us. But companies do have a lifespan, and people do sort of think of them as an asset that they move on from. And what we know about Bethesda is we've watched this company grow. You and I have gone to visit their... You were working with me on the Fallout 3 making of, right? Like we were at the studio
when the
doing
power went out when we were at the studio talking about a Fallout game. I thought the world was ending outside.
Yes. Yeah, they had a huge storm in Maryland just as we were shooting all of this stuff. All the power went down. People were flipping out, going to the grocery stores and stocking up on stuff. That was a surreal moment.
Everything shut down except for Red Lobster.
Yeah, and we ate at Red Lobster. That's right. Oh, good memory. Yeah, that was awesome. But we saw this company that really was built on the backs of developers and like really crazy, internally crafted, ambitious entertainment to blossom into this massive publisher with lots of different mouths to feed and companies and individuals to sort of manage all over the globe. That's a different business than even what we got to know during Fallout 3. They were already big and growing, but then they became, like the star of E3 press conferences.
Yeah, I mean they have their own. It's just like we're gonna show our game at your thing, but then we're gonna do our own thing.
Yeah.
On top of it, I think Microsoft just had they probably found the last remaining source of Todd Howard's youth serum.
Yeah.
And they were like, listen, you're gonna have to sign this deal. No more serum. Well, no more of this youth-preserving serum for you, Todd. Never age, Howard.
I know, he's amazing. I don't know if it's so much. I think it really the core of it is that it's a totally different business. Like publishing is such a big endeavor because you have to manage all the PR and all of the the staffing issues with all of these different companies. You have to keep them all gainfully employed and busy. It's such a massive undertaking, and they had probably scaled to where they could comfortably be. I mean, we saw Fallout 76. That was a debacle for Bethesda. Yeah. That did not win them fans. If anything, that lost them lots of fans. And it wasn't for lack of trying. They tried to make something cool, but it wasn't a game that everybody was like, oh my God, I love this whole concept. And I think you only get a few of those up at bat before you have to start thinking of, some different ways to approach all of this.
Yeah, I mean, and again, but they still have every other one of their releases was such a smash. Yeah. I mean, they, the Dooms and the Dishonoreds, and they're just crushing it. I mean, there's so many A-list titles that they have hit, and I think Microsoft looked at that and we need to scoop this up. And it's not just they're scooping up a new indie studio.
Yes.
And hopefully it's one of those things where they don't take the studio and something negative happens to it. I mean, I wish all the guys at Bethesda the best and that whole team, because having worked with them for so many years and knowing all those people, they're all awesome people.
Yes.
But I hope this it simplifies everything on their end. It makes it easier for them to just focus on the PC, Xbox, console, that specific area, and then make their games how they want them uninterrupted with all the teraflops one could desire.
Well, I had Sam Meskovich from Ars Technica on the day, like hours after it happened, and what we kind of unraveled while we were discussing is that this really, at the core of it, is just the investment into video games forever that Microsoft has done here.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we really like. Microsoft is also a pretty incredible company too, and they make mistakes and they have issues.
It's done good.
Yeah, but they are really rolling strong with these acquisitions. But the thing that I keep hearing back from developers that work there, and I've got friends that work in different studios within Microsoft, is it's a cool place to work. Like, it's a good place to work, and they've got some policies and some philosophies and some infrastructure that I think is only going to benefit Bethesda in some pretty significant ways. But yeah, we're going to see some changes. We're definitely going to see layoffs and people shifting around and projects get canceled.
All those guys working on the PlayStation 5 titles scrapped.
Well, I don't know, man. I think that's recoupment on investment there, right? Like, I feel like the more doors that Xbox closes after spending so much, the less that they are able to kind of retain their money. And honestly, like, the messaging out of Microsoft is buy the Ori collection for the Switch if you want to, and Cuphead and its DLC, which we published, is also going to be on the Switch. Huge shout out to I Buy Digital. Thank you so much for the super chat and the shout out and love for Fubar.
Super chat.
You got lots of I don't have any of those things. I don't even know how to do all. Like, I see
you gotta
people.
Do it with your voice. Hit it. You pretend to hit a button. Super chat.
I'll just hire you to do that. How does that
New
sound?
subscriber.
I love it. We've got some comments here. I'm going to get into them here. If Max Sebastian says, if Amazon can get game streaming working on iOS versus Safari, why can't Google and Microsoft do the same? I want xCloud on my iPhone. Yeah, the streaming wars, they have begun. Can you do that as Yoda? Can you do the streaming wars?
Streaming wars begun. They have.
That's perfect. They really have the Amazon stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about that too. The Amazon Luna. But lots of Foobs love. Taz has many O's and many exclamation marks in Foobs.
Hug, kiss. Big hug, little kiss.
And Colin McDonald says the Bethesda announcement was the deciding factor for me getting an Xbox Series X. I was on the fence before that. I think they sold a lot of Xboxes on Tuesday. They were gonna anyways, but after the Monday announcement, it was like, oh yeah, I'm getting that thing.
If
you could, because honestly, wasn't Tuesday the perfect 2020 answer to Monday?
Why don't websites work? The internet's down. Somebody fix the internet. I can't get onto Walmart or Kmart or Target or Best Buy either.
Oh yes.
Nothing's working anymore.
Oh man, I know it was a total boondoggle. It was a shit show. We can say shit show on this show, right? The censors won't get us.
It's your show. This is YouTube. Can you say anything on the internet?
I guess so. I don't know, but it was a
say
shit
all
show.
kinds of shit
on Tuesday, and after all of the goodwill, that Microsoft had built after they basically went nah to PlayStation, and they said we've got it all structured at this time on this site. You're going to be able to get these, and look at this orderly conduct that we've got set up, and then.
Hit him with a little.
Nobody got one.
Oh,
I did manage to get one on the Microsoft Canada store. I don't know if Canada got hammered the same way that
place I thought to look.
That Xbox got hammered, but it was amazing to read Twitter at the minute that stuff all sort of hit. Like, people are just. They're fired up, and it's good news in 2020 in a year where we need more, shots of good news like that, right? But not good news if you can't get one.
Like tablets and phones and internet and computer, and I'm like, somebody log on to something. I'm in the queue at GameStop.
Yeah.
Nope. Damn it.
Yeah.
This sucks. This site's down.
Foobs has me pre-order flashbacking. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? Like, this is not new, but you think in an era where we're all stuck at home and everybody's going to be doing virtual shopping. Most people, there are people lined up at stores and stuff, which boggles the mind. But you'd think they'd have it down, but the scalpers certainly did. I don't know what they use. Did they get like Russian hacking bots to be able to?
Can I get in on that? Can somebody share the tech?
I know, right?
This happens to me with shoes, certain sneakers I'm on the hunt for, just can't get it. Gaming consoles just not working.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? And then like they were already up on the, sell it on eBay for $1,000. You can have it right now. No, you can't. Can't have it right now.
Can you believe that people have they've made a living doing that? Like what is up with people thinking that is the way that they want to earn their living?
It's because reselling isn't a thing. It's not like a dark, seedy underbelly thing anymore. People are like, oh no, I'm going to do this right now because this is going to sell out really fast, and then I can flip it and make some easy money for the holidays.
Right.
Holidays is coming around. I ain't working.
Right.
I'm gonna save my last scrap so I can get this console and then sell it for double.
Got some good comments here from Frenchie Wayne. Says New Vegas 2 with Obsidian with a nice big green heart. I think that's going to happen. I think there are lots of friends across the Bethesda studio and the Obsidian studio, and there was also, some strife because of teams working so far away from each other, and people have different ways of different structures of working, but now they've got more sort of kumbaya guidance under Microsoft, and I think Microsoft wins if we all get a new Vegas too, from Obsidian.
Newer Vegas.
Newer Vegas, yeah. And
newer
then
Vegas,
RB
where nobody's there.
Yeah, nobody's there. That's like my game in New Vegas, where I got every person that I could on the map angry at me, so I didn't have any safe havens. Any town I walked into, hey, you're that guy, and they would all be running after me, shooting at me, and it was like, this is the most hostile gaming experience from NPCs, let alone, often when you get into an online shooter, it's like that, but it felt like I was just getting, chased all the time.
What happens in Vegas? What happens in Vegas stays there.
That's true.
That's what I've heard.
RB says, don't forget ZeniMax was busy setting up their own streaming service. That is also a big reason for Microsoft to buy ZeniMax. We are moving towards that rapid adoption of streaming. It's going to happen. And so they've got, lots of different companies and lots of different ways to attack this technology starting to bubble up right now.
I just don't know why every publisher just doesn't have their own thing.
Right.
Like EA does it with them, and they also branch out and do their own thing. Everybody should just start, hey, this is our streaming service. You pay for it, whatever, and we'll stream out the new games, the old games. Just let it go.
Do you want that? Do you want that, or do you want...
I don't know if I want it. I just feel like that's the inevitable answer. People are like, oh, well, we could just do Capcom Play. And all the Capcom games that come out, you subscribe, whatever, and then you can keep playing it until your heart's desire.
Right.
Or however the hell it works. I just feel like, the publishers, especially with, like, the older games, so you can bundle that up. Like, oh, there's a new Devil May Cry 5 Remaster Super Deluxe Edition. Play all the rest of them and attach to this service. That you can just, if you missed them, catch up.
I mean, I feel like the subscription pool that we're all going to have, and I guess we should move on to the next topic of discussion for this crazy week, is that Amazon now has their own service called Luna. It's going to launch in the States. They're going to test it soon. The idea is it's a monthly cost, and you get 100+ games as part of that deal. I think it's starting at $6 a month US, up to 4K streaming eventually. I don't think it's going to launch at that. Honestly, I think that is a pretty phenomenal play, and it's coming hard at whatever Stadia is offering, and it's also coming hard at xCloud with Game Pass, but still, Xbox and Game Pass, I think, is the proven entity. They're rolling out features and offering all of that based on already an established subscriber-based. But Amazon's, I know they've tried some stuff in gaming and to varying degrees of success.
They have the Game Studio, right? Amazon Game Studio?
Yeah, yeah, and they've got developers all up and down the coast and in different parts of the world. They've also had an engine. They bought the Crytek engine, and they were, retooling that to the Lumberyard. I don't think that was, well adopted, but of course...
Terrible name.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go to the woodshed.
Yeah,
Going to the
totally.
lumber yard.
Yeah. Well, I think the idea was
I got wood.
these are the tools you'll need to build and construct your new worlds. And that might still be rocking and rolling. I just don't know. But what Amazon is bringing to the table is obviously the Twitch integration, just like Google should have launched Stadia with YouTube integration, and it's still not available. It's still kind of sloppy and clumsy. And you're still paying a lot of money for just the privilege of spending more money to buy the games to run on the thing. Now, I don't think that Stadia would rip people off even if they close the service. I think you'll still always be able to access your games, and they'll figure out a way if they close Stadia. And I'm not suggesting they should, or I don't have any insider knowledge that they would. But if that ever happened, I think Google would be fair to its customer base and say, if you bought these games, you can download them. Yeah, it's weird to me that you can't. It's also weird to me that Amazon isn't saying, because they have a huge retail service, and they already have all these relationships with these publishers selling their games, that you should be able to download the game if you want it, or stream it if you want to do it, and build that for $6 a month. But that is a very attractive price point with a lot of service. I think they got a really good shot at this. I think that they're actually going to draw a lot of people to it.
I mean, it's interesting, especially for the Twitch integration, obviously. But even with like Twitch and Amazon, if you link your stuff up, they send you games. Every month they're updating. They're always giving away free games. Yeah. And I'm always like, whenever I'm scouring Twitch, I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm gonna look through this. Click on this. Just download this. Put this in the library. Put this in the library just to have there in case I need it. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Luna. Is it going to be PC only? Is it going to be mobile also?
No, it's everything. And they've also locked down a deal for iOS. So, so there's going to be an iOS app. You'll be able to play it on your iPhone and your iPad. That's huge.
That's fancy.
And apparently they have a sweetheart relationship with Apple. Because here's the thing that we don't always talk about with Amazon is they own so much of
the world.
They own the world, but they own so much of the internet. They own so much of the bandwidth and the throughput of the internet. They are the back end for a lot of internet commerce and a lot of internet infrastructure, and they license that out. It's a big fight between Amazon and Google and the infrastructures that they have built. Amazon has way more relationship with all of these publishers, sort of on an e-commerce kind of in an e-commerce kind of direction, and they're doing very, very well with Twitch, as we know. So this is they're coming hard at Google and hard at Stadia, and
good. Let's get this battle going to the death.
And honestly, I don't know how xCloud will be able to maintain that if Microsoft tries to appease the people that are in their walled garden inside the Xbox universe and keep lots of exclusives funneling that way. The only way that they really kind of change that is if they are friends and open to everybody, and then they have to compete directly head-to-head with Amazon and with Google, which, ultimately they will have more eyeballs than xCloud will.
I guess only time will tell, Victor.
Yeah.
Who knows at this rate? It's like saying we could be back at work in the office sometime this year. No, sir.
Well,
how does next summer look like? Huh?
Do you miss how much physical media are you buying these days, or picking up? Like whether it's movies or music or whatever. Do you miss that stuff, or have you fully embraced the streaming age that we're in?
I mean, I'm obviously a big fan of the streaming age, the digital era, even though, like, with these new consoles, I'm still all in it for the disc version because I have my old physical discs that, if I can play, I'd like to play them.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? But I mean, I did buy the last physical game I bought was Mario 3D All-Stars. So it wasn't that long ago.
You bought the cartridge. And was that because of how special and unique it was as a cartridge, you really wanted to own that?
No, just because I wanted it.
Yeah, but you didn't want to buy it digitally.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I like the little physicalness,
Right.
There's something about a Mario cartridge. You know,
I know. I 100% agree. I just bought Miles Morales on the Ultra HD for PlayStation 5 today because I want to have a physical version of that, and I'm pretty sure Sony is not going to be sending out physical. I mean, none of the publishers really send out physical stuff anymore for us to review. It is a different world.
sad.
But well, I'll put it to you this way. Like, I've already done hands-on on a few different Ubisoft preview games, and usually those would be events that they would put together, and we would fly in a bunch of journalists and we check all of this stuff out. But they have been remote now, and I've been patching in through, I forget what Parsec is the service, and I've been playing like Stadia, pre-release games running off of machines that Ubisoft is serving, and getting a hands-on kind of feel for some of these games, and it feels like it's a very smart reaction to the way the world is, but it also feels like a very clever way to give us access to stuff like this. And honestly, the big shock that I saw with Stadia this summer is that this was an opportunity for them to be the home for game demos.
Yeah.
And it was such a weird summer because little bits of news was happening all over the place, and it was just so hard to track what's coming, when is this, where is this, and who's making, But if Stadia had said, we're going to be the home of these announcements, and not only are you going to watch the videos on YouTube, but you can play the game right now in Stadia.
Click the link off of the YouTube video, and it downloads the demo.
Yeah. Why didn't they
Sign
do
me
that?
up. Who do I got to know over there?
Right.
Come on, Jade. I know you're watching.
I mean, and honestly, and now Amazon will probably do that next year, Yeah. And why wouldn't they?
Again, because it's one of those things where you can't judge the pandemic. It's hard to it could be over in a week. They'd be like, oh, found a cure, so everything's fine. Or is this something we should, especially early on.
Yeah.
It was like such a difficult thing. People were like, it's going to be a few weeks. It's going to be over in a few weeks. It's going to be over in a month. It's going to be over in 2 months, 3 months. Everybody just stay home for 2 weeks, and then nobody should have this thing. And then we can all go outside again. Nobody go outside just stay home for 2 weeks. Watch the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe in one shot, and when you come out, everything will be fine.
So, if you had to, think of Luna, and I'm going to run the footage right now underneath us, how do you think it's going to do comparative to Stadia? Do you think it's going to knock them out? Do you think Stadia's got a chance now? I've got a rest in peace Stadia in the comments. A lot of detractors on Stadia, and honestly, I don't use it that often because I get games for all the different platforms. But when I do use it, I was just playing NBA 2K21 this morning. It really knocks me out. Like, it's really cool that it works as well as it does. Do you think that Luna is just going to crush Stadia, or is it going to?
I mean, it really depends, how the interface is going to work and how easy it is for people to sort of dive in and make it work.
Yeah.
Because even with Stadia, I honestly, no idea how it works, what it does. I mean, I've heard of it. I've seen it in the thing. Download the app and does this, and I assume it's just stream it in, whatever. But it came and went in such a weird time where I was just like, all right, did it come out? Was it a box?
Yeah.
Is it a thing? Is it just an app? How does it work here? And I know people that work there, and I'm just like, I don't even. Okay.
Oh, I'll tell you how cool it is. But they needed to tell the story a lot better. You can just take your Gmail account and go to Stadia, and I don't know if they've got free games. That's the other problem, is there should be free games right away. Just by putting in your name, you should be able to play some stuff. But you can go on a Chrome browser on any computer or an Android phone with your Gmail account, log in, and be playing something right away. Like a AAA experience.
That's a commercial I would pay to see with Vic and Foobs as host.
Well, that's what they did, but yes, it was convoluted and messy, and they didn't launch with enough games, and they didn't launch with this promise. I've wanted to stream some of my Stadia experiences right to YouTube as I'm playing it with a microphone plugged into the controller. I actually dig the controller. But it still is cumbersome to do that. And so, I've tried to plug in the Chrome, Ultra Chrome thing, or whatever it's called, into my
super ultra
no,
hyper chrome.
my game capture thing, and there's copy protection, so you can't do that. And then I did try out the laptop plugged into this, but then the internet, I don't know if I had fast enough internet to deal with everything. You should be able to just stream as you're playing right to YouTube, tied to your account, ready to rock and roll, chat with people, and then from that stream, people should be able to join you in game or jump right into the game and play it themselves. It should be as easy as it possibly can be, and they have all of the engineers and the horsepower and an all right catalog of games right now. But this idea that you're paying a monthly fee to have improved performance plus you're buying the games, it's insane. They should have a tier where you pay $10 a month and you get this catalog of things. And that's going to get people to sign. They have no choice now. Now that Luna is coming, and it's going to be $6 a month, and you get Control and a bunch like Metroid 2033 and other titles like that.
It's like Metroid 20. What? Are you dropping exclusives right now?
Yeah. No, it's definitely gonna change for sure. I've got 4B4. Says the cost is a bajillion times better for Luna. Stadia pricing angers people interested in it. Yeah, and I think that's the danger of coming first to market with tech that they're capable of producing and giving you reasonable experiences before people are really ready for it, and then not having the breadth of entry points. They're trying, but they needed a lot more content and a lot more options for people over there for sure. Stadia works for like 3% of the world. This is from Heron321. If you are blessed with perfect internet where you live. And you're not wrong. Like I've had varying success playing games on there. I like playing NBA 2K21 this morning. Super impressed by the high fidelity look of things, and then I wouldn't be. It would chop for a second, and it's not super fun.
Yeah. Well, luckily we have new consoles coming out, and then in a couple years we're gonna have the 8K versions of those consoles come out.
Oh, right. The midstream versions of the. Are you shaking your head at progress? This is technology, man. This is what we do.
I know, but I'm so excited for these consoles coming out in just a few months.
Yeah.
But then I was watching the video of this guy testing out the 8K new RTX 3090 on an 88-inch 8K TV, and I was like, holy shit.
I know.
What is that? What? First of all, I need an 88-inch TV that's only $30,000, which will be $3,000 next year and $1,500 a year after.
Right.
But I mean, it's inevitable. Like, when these last generation of consoles came out, I was so excited. And they were like, well, now you thought the PS4 was awesome. How about the Pro version?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Well,
I think Xbox Series One X LMNOP. How about the Scorpio edition?
They always do these refreshes and different versions of these machines along the way, and I think they waited.
My Super Nintendo went from a side. My original Nintendo went from the side loader to the top loader. Those graphics didn't get any better.
Well, the irony there is how much we're playing those classic games now too, right? So in the face of all these technological innovations, it's like, I miss the old days, and I just want to play these classic games. I mean, that blows my mind every single time.
My handheld Switch is amazing. You know what's awesome on it? Super Mario 64.
Right.
I'm like, what?
It's so true. Evil One says should we be buying consoles at launch? Or he says at lunch, actually, and he's making me a little bit hungry.
We should always buy them at lunch.
I'm skeptical these days. Vos Vegas says hello again. Forchi says supposedly we're not getting a mid-generation upgrade according to Sony. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting updates for sure. 100%. Yeah. And we're going to get some beautiful new skins. Like, it's such a crying shame we don't get a Spider-Man PS5 launch machine. I would happily get that version.
Somebody's already printing those.
I know. Yes.
Those are happening.
Okay. Barcode Teacup says, I like downloading the smaller indie kind of games. Yeah. I mean, that's where we're at right now. We have unlimited choice, too many different options to play.
Too many.
It's very fractured, and there's pockets of success here and there. But eventually there is going to be a little bit more ubiquity, Netflix-sized ubiquity, I think, in the way that people access interactive entertainment. And Amazon, I think, has an amazing shot at this. Video games clearly have been incredibly important to the rise and the success of Amazon over the years, and now they're sort of rolling in that direction and saying, look at how important it is, and we're going to invest in there. We got a Charlie Jordan saying, Jose, with an exclamation. We got lots of Jose love, man.
Jordan!
That's why he's here. It's wonderful.
I'm here. I miss you guys.
Our first official live Vic's Basement weekly podcast. And I screwed up. I didn't roll into our VB intro video, so we didn't get the music kickstart. But that's okay. I'll figure that out for next time.
Do it over. Start it over. What is this, amateur night?
Peter Petrella says he's going to give Luna a try at $6 a month. You can't really go wrong. Yeah, I think that's going to be the attitude.
You can buy yourself a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Or you can try Luna for a month.
I mean, a lot of people are going to think like that for sure. Okay, some other cool things that have happened this week.
Busy week.
Yes. Well, first of all, let's go back to Bethesda and Xbox. How do you think? Because Bethesda they have almost as many excellent studios as Xbox did before they bought Bethesda. How is this integration going to work itself out? And do you think that some of the teams that were acquired by Xbox and there was hype around that are now suddenly going to feel like, oh, no one's going to care about us?
I mean, again, I feel like in my heart, I hope it simplifies everything and makes these teams, a little bit more focused on having to just focus on that one console, the PC or the Xbox version of the console, instead of having to, worry about the ports and the PlayStations and the other stuff. So yeah. I would hope that it just makes everybody a little bit less stressed and a little bit laser focused.
Right.
So they can just focus on the task at hand and not have to worry about, well, does it work with this new control scheme or does it work with this or whatever the hell happens in the future for the next generation of consoles. But I would hope it would seem like a positive thing, unless you're one of the indie guys who's like, man, what? They're spending all this money on this giant studio. What about this? We got a team of 6 guys in this basement.
Do you think there was a team that was like, we should have asked for more money? Look at how much money they gave those guys.
How much did they buy us for? 100,000? Yes. That's it.
Oh my God.
35 of us, 100,000.
Oh, no.
All right.
Yeah, I guess that's the challenge. And honestly, Xbox has got the bandwidth and the experience to deal with those kinds of troubles, because those are going to come up. People are going to be there's always kerfuffles in acquisitions.
Yeah,
they don't happen smoothly. Look at Fox being bought by Disney and all the people laid off from that.
Yeah. I mean, who knows, man? But again, it's a solid company, lots of awesome, good people. Hopefully, I wish them all the best.
Right. Let's go back to the streaming content question here. Heron 321, because all publishers live in major cities with unrealistic fiber internet, and they stupidly think, well, it works in our office, so obviously this will work everywhere. That's my stupid publisher impression right there.
It's like, it works in the office, guys. It's going to work across the universe.
Yeah, we are going to be, and clearly that's the other big option here as a business is to sell internet to customers that's fast enough to stream perfectly on. Like, everybody here knows about Ready Player One, right? We all saw the movie or read the book.
Sequel coming out in November.
Ready Player Two, right?
Ready.
The vision for that is, that's a streaming vision, right? That's not somebody walking to the store and buying the Ready Player One disc and sticking it into their PlayStation 8. That is a streamed, access anything you want virtual world. It's not just even a game world. It's like every aspect of it. And it's not like I want that dystopian nightmare kind of vision for our future either. I don't want us to all be on treadmills and only
Although I'd love
in VR.
a contest where I can win all that money, because
Right.
then I can buy me a Bethesda.
Oh,
you know?
shit. Yeah, honestly, I mean that's got to be coming as well. I'm sure that people are thinking of allowing individuals to have massive contests. I mean, I'm sure Ready Player One has inspired lots and lots of people out there. But even like projecting what Ernie Klein was thinking of when he was writing the book, I mean, it's clear that was that was an idea where he really thought we're going to be able to access all of this material. And it just feels like that's the direction that we're going towards.
Yeah, it gets me excited because now I'm hoping, like, with the PlayStation 5, what are they haven't talked about anything really about it, but how are they going to adapt the VR setup to make it like, oh, can I play a little, is there going to sneak some Miles Morales in VR? I'd play in that world and that beautiful looking, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see, because Microsoft, obviously, they had their HoloDesk or HoloTable, that
HoloLens.
HoloLens.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
But I've never really seen anybody use it other than on stage at an E3.
Right.
But Sony, they came out, they hit hard with the VR. People were digging it. Is the PS5, are they going to, we're not going to forget about all these people that spent damn near a console's worth of money on a VR headset.
Yeah. No, they're going to have a VR announce. I mean, they can't flood the news waves with all kinds of things.
Yes, they can, Vic.
Well, we know they're going to have an
pre-orders went live for Xbox, they bought Bethesda.
Right.
Flood me with information. We got pre-orders coming tomorrow. Maybe today. I don't know.
Yeah, we are absolutely going to be, and VR Grid just woke up. He's like, oh my God, you guys are talking about VR. Yes, total immersion. Yeah, we're going to be flooded with VR information soon, but they had to announce PlayStation 5. They had to not make enough of them, so that pre-orders were a total nightmare. And now they're sort of dealing with that backlash, and now pretty soon they'll be talking about, and VR and PlayStation VR is backwards compatible.
Yeah.
Or forwards compatible with PS5. VR Grid is reminding everybody.
As it should be. It's just the glass.
As it should be, yeah. Tethered VR, though, that's... Yeah, we're done with that. Yes. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Tokyo Game Show. And first thing that I want to talk about is Nier. They have a new Nier game remake of the first Nier title. Do you remember playing that?
Is it Nier Automata?
No, it was just called Nier. And I remember playing. I think I reviewed it with Jones. I think. But
10 years ago?
Yeah, it's been a full 10 years. So they're remaking everything. The trailer is weird. This was just shown off at TGS, and it's basically the destroyed world of Nier, and there were interesting characters, some kind of cheesy voice acting I kind of remember, but
that's about right.
The trailer is basically the environments, and at the end of it, it's like, do you want to buy it? Pre-order. It's like they
Here's
have
a disgruntled house.
Yeah.
Here is an angry forest. What about Nier?
Yes. The original game is Nier Gestalt, and this is Nier Replicant. This is from Blade Blur. I vaguely remember playing the original. I can't even really. It didn't really affect me like Nier Automata, which was amazing. But I'm curious to see how much of because Platinum took the reins of Nier Automata, and I don't think this one had anything to do with Platinum, if I'm getting it all right. But yeah, it's an amazing new world that Square Enix has kind of crafted for us, this Nier universe. So I'm actually really looking forward to going back and checking this out, because I really loved Nier Automata. It was a beautiful game.
When does this one come out?
Cool. This comes out, I think, in early 2021, and I think it's going to be on all of the consoles and stuff. But that weird TGS trailer. It's like
no, it's a very TGS trailer. Yeah, it's like, here's a girl in a blouse.
Yeah.
Here's some big ass swords. Nier Replicant.
Well, we don't even see the big ass sword. We get a
drawing of it.
It's like concept art. Yeah, and then here are some 3D rendered of environments of worlds that very, very strange. But I'm down. I'll play that when it's ready. Square Enix.
I like games.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. What sucks is all these remastered games that came out on the tail end of a life cycle of a console. Like, he just remastered it for this one. He got this new one coming out.
Right.
Man, I just bought the remastered.
That's a very good point.
It
That's
just
a very
came
good
out.
point.
Like all the people with remastered versions of games coming out from the announcement of launch title or launch date until launch date, like, can I play it on the new one? Is it going to look any better? No. We remastered it for the current gen.
Well, they can't. Actually, that's a very good point. The remaster of Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4 is only playable on the PlayStation 5, and it won't be sold separately as far as I know, at least not right away. But PlayStation 4 Spider-Man from Insomniac is backwards compatible on the PlayStation 5 in its current form with some marginal PS5 enhancements, but it's like, not the remastered version of Spider-Man from the PS4 on PS5 because it has ray tracing and new character art and all kinds of new stuff, which is being applied to the PS5 version of Spider-Man Miles Morales. But Miles Morales, you can also buy that for the PlayStation 4, which will be more in line with the PlayStation 4 version of Spider-Man. And you can't get the remastered version of Spider-Man for the PlayStation 5 as a separate thing. You have to buy the Ultimate Launch Edition of Miles Morales,
of course,
for PlayStation 5. There you did I get that right?
Did you catch all that?
Was that the commercial for Miles Morales Ultimate Edition?
Not only can you not buy the remastered edition on the PlayStation 5 by itself. Oh no, my friends. If you're the Ultimate fan, you need the Ultimate Edition, which you can only buy on the PlayStation 5.
That's amazing, right? Like that took up most of our hour today. That was most of our Vic's Basement.
You've been describing that for the last 17 minutes.
Oh, but you know what? I can't wait to play the remastered version of Spider-Man on the PlayStation 5.
It was such a good game.
Oh my God.
What I want to know is like all the games, because I have a lot of my game stuff on external hard drives. Like for the games that are compatible, do I have to because it's a lot of bandwidth. These games are hefty games.
I know.
Some of these games, 50, 60, 70 gigs.
Yeah.
Can I just plug that hard drive into the new console? It's going to be like, oh, would you like to upgrade it? And it just does like a little gigabyte upgrade or whatever the hell it needs to do. Or do I have to download all these games again?
Check this. Both Xbox Series X or Series S and PlayStation 5, they need you to buy super expensive external drives that have to run at that 4K 60 frames per second kind of throughput. And it's not just the buying in on the console. It's now you're going to buy all the extra widgets. I've already pre-ordered the camera, and I got
my 3 terabyte hard drive here. That I'm just like, can I plug this bad boy in?
I don't think you can. I think it's exclusive hard drive storage for Series X. That it's proprietary. I think so for Xbox.
I will reach through this computer and punch the throat.
No, I from what I understand, it's proprietary. You guys can correct me in chat or in the archive of this, but I think, storage is going to be definitely a new consideration. And of course, Sony did a whole GDC talk about the PlayStation 5's SSD. It's totally unique, and there are going to be exclusive partners.
Sony and their memory cards have been notorious.
Yeah.
You need to buy this Memory Pro stick. You need to buy this very specific PSP Go memory stick that only works on this thing.
Yes.
You need these memory cards, or you get a one for the PS2 also.
Yeah, it's the old days, right? In some ways. The Ren just popped up. It says, "Hey Vic, hey Don Fubar, good to see you." The Ren. Did these companies not learn from Sega's folly of supporting too many legacy hardware when launching new hardware? This is Sam I Am 111. Blade Blur says you can use USB 3, but it's just to store the games, not play the games. Yeah, that is the other thing about the launch of these machines, isn't it? And great point, Blade Blur. We haven't seen the interface. We haven't seen games actually being loaded in and
the menu screen.
Playing.
That's what I need.
Menu screens.
What's my gamer score look like on an Xbox Series X?
Yeah, we know that the storage of some of these games is going to be 100 gigs, and that's like an 850 gig hard drive on the PlayStation 5. So
unless you're buying the Ultimate Edition of Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is 350 gigs.
I mean,
because
honestly,
you get the remastered edition of.
Yeah,
no.
There is a ton of stuff we don't know. This is the weirdest console launch in history. It is so strange, but it's good news that there's new technology to be excited about that's coming soon to entertain us. Like
If
it's
my trophies don't look better on a PS5,
yeah,
if
they
I don't
will.
feel like I earned that, I want the trophy to come out and be like, Jose!
Yeah. I can't keep up with all the comments. There's lots of good comments in here. Series X lets you play Xbox One titles off of non-SSD external hard drives. Okay, so you can play Xbox One titles, but not the new stuff.
That's the ones I have on my hard drive. That's what I'm saying. Like, can I plug that into my Xbox Series X?
I hope so.
That's what because I don't want to have to re-download these games. I only have so much bandwidth.
Yeah, totally,
okay?
Right? Oh, and that BS has got that's got to end too. Bandwidth caps. If we're going into this all streaming digital VR Ready Player One future, we can't have bandwidth caps.
No,
right?
Like you only have 250 gigs a month, and it seems like you downloaded 2 games last month. You're 294 gigs. You're over.
Right. VR Grid says you need your PS4 to boot up your PS5. It's nuts. This is the weirdest launch ever. The Ren might have been said, but I think the Series S and Game Pass is going to be a game changer. And now with the new acquisition, I think Xbox is making some great moves. The Ren, 100%. They're here to stay. They're here to play. And it's incredibly competitive. Between Xbox, PlayStation, whatever Nintendo's got cooking. I mean, they're doing fine with what they're doing now. Plus, probably the Switch 2 soon. And these streaming platforms, it's nuts. It's hyper competitive. Plus, in mobile, we've got the Google Play monthly subscription thing and Apple Arcade. There's a lot of
there are games to be played everywhere.
It's crazy. Absolutely.
With a subscription.
Yeah, and then you still have almost monopolies like the Steam store, on PC, and huge announcements like the 3080 and 3090 cards that RTX that Nvidia popped out. Just incredible.
I'm just saying, Nvidia, if you're watching and you need a review of the 3090, just send one my way. I know it's this big and it might not fit into my PC, but I'll take one.
Blair Farrell says, I know people are excited about new hardware, but it's a bad time to do it. It is. And November is the election month in the States, and that doesn't look like it's going to be chill. So we're gonna have a very interesting November, all of us. Yeah.
You have the PlayStation 5 comes with voting capability here in the States. Lets you boot right in, and you can just vote on your PlayStation.
Yeah.
Be a system seller.
Super cool. Okay, well, Heron321 says he's got a 3080, and I'm using it now.
How do I look in 3080?
We just need your home address, Heron321. If you could type that into the chat, we'll all be. Well, we can't come over because there's a pandemic, but we'll hang out outside. And we'll peer through your
We can
window.
do a Zoom meeting, and you can just take a screenshot on the 3080.
The 3080 cards are already having problems because third parties cheaped out on the parts that filter electrical noise. Oh my goodness. What a year. You look sexy, by the way. Heron321 says you look sexy. You always look sexy, Foobs. Okay, and then the other big announcement that happened at TGS that I've seen so far, and I think there's still some stuff filtering out, Sega. I thought Xbox might drop the comment that they're going to be picking up Sega. That hasn't happened yet. I wouldn't be shocked if that happened. But they wanted to show off esports and how important esports is to them.
60th anniversary of Sega. Remember playing the Genesis 60 years ago?
I played the Genesis like a week ago. But we have Virtua Fighter coming back as an esports experience, but it's very vague. We don't know what's going on. We got lots of really good-looking people. All It's
gonna be Virtua Fighter 2, and they only play it on the Sega Saturn.
I think people would be fine. Like in this climate, in this world, I think people are like, okay, right on, man. Virtua Fighter rocks. It's been way too long since we've had a good Virtua Fighter like that. So that was another TGS announcement. How did you feel not going to TGS this year, my friend? I know it's your favorite show.
I'm so devastated.
Yeah.
First time since 2007.
Wow.
And I haven't been to TGS.
Yeah. That's like your favorite country on earth, isn't it? You love
It really
Japan.
is. I mean, I look forward to that trip every single year. Like any excuse I have to go to Japan is always worth it. And the fact that I get to see some friends occasionally, and I get to check out new video games.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a lot more exciting the initial first few years because it was like we were seeing games that weren't going to be out here for a while.
Yeah.
Like, what? They got Yakuza 4? We just got 2.
Yeah, yeah.
How does that even happen?
Yeah.
But now it's just them playing catch up and everything's sort of coming out synchronous. And
yeah.
but I miss that experience. I miss that long ass train ride to Makahari Messe and just the trash food and the onikaroshis on the sidewalk, and you're just having a blasty blast. Ah, I miss it.
And the crush of humanity. And everybody not wanting you to do any interviews or shoot anything, even though you're at a giant. Don't shoot this. Don't. It's like, well, why did you? Yeah, why did you bring the games to show off? You don't want us to talk about the. Okay, we won't shoot the games then.
Not for you.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of that. It was always an odd but wonderful trip. 100%. Lots of incredible memories, and
years ago, 10 years ago, 9 years ago, 8 years ago, here I was, TGS. Huh.
Yeah, super weird year not to. All of it though, man. Comic-Con, PAX, E3.
And that's the thing too with going back to somebody said earlier, it's just a bad time to release consoles. Like they didn't plan on a pandemic when they started creating these things. So I mean, like it's better than delaying it and saying, we're going to wait till everybody can go outside and play. No, please stay at home.
Yeah.
Buy our new here's a reason to not go outside for the couple weeks you need to get over this virus. Check out our download one game. It should take you 2 weeks, and by the time it's done downloading, then you can go back outside.
I mean, the one thing that I definitely do want to stress, though, for people out there that are having anxiety about these machines and really want them, but they're dealing with the hardcore financial realities that it is affecting everybody. It is truly affecting everybody, and there is no, shame in waiting at all. Yeah, and in fact, you're smarter to wait. And I want these things because this is what I do, right? This is what I get up and talk about every day. This is how you guys know me and connect with me. It's a part of my, it's a part of my work and life, But that doesn't mean that needs to be the thing for everybody out there. And we get caught up in this consumer hype all the time, and it's just irresponsible if it's not financially smart for you to think like that. So what I definitely want to encourage all of you is to just take a hard stock and focus on the important things in your world and in your life, and games fit in there for sure. But
if you're having trouble paying rent, maybe now's not the time to pre-order an Xbox or a PlayStation.
100% well said, my friend. Yeah,
the games will still be out.
Well, and the truth of it is, and I say this all the time, every time I ask people what they're playing, Christ, look at me. I've been playing the Polymega like crazy, streaming it and playing my old Saturn games. And yes, that's a cost for sure. But just the act of playing all of these old cartridges and old CD-ROMs, there's lots of classic things to fill your time with and enjoy. And there's lots in your back catalog and all of our our backlogs.
That back catalog back there?
Right. Like, it's totally cool. You don't have to get super caught up in all of this stuff. It's exciting to talk about it, and I think there needs to be this aspirational quality, and that's honestly EP has always existed as this lightning rod towards the things to dream about and to hope for and to be excited about, and then Reviews on the Run was the harsh reality of these dreams and visions, and we came at it, fully honestly, and it doesn't always work out, And that's true for hardware. That's true for software. And the smart play is to wait for the, the heat seekers to go out and get all these things. And then, all the Game of the Year collections that come out, always cheaper than the launch title. And they have all the DLC and all the extra goodies. Those are the smart buys, man. And then they go on sale, and pretty soon there'll be subscriptions to all kinds of stuff that are just going to save you a lot of money,
Yeah.
So don't get caught up in all the hype, although it is fun to talk about it, and it is exciting to talk about it. But
it's new things, man. Everybody likes new things.
Yes.
Something new to talk about that's not a negative unless you're talking about pre-orders.
Right.
But I mean, like once it's out and people are playing it, then it's like new things to see. You're always
Yes, the dream is the beautiful thing. It's what makes life living, right? Like worth living. It's to see over the hill and think, oh my God, we're gonna have an experience like that. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be video games. It can be a trip. It can be walking in the forest. It can be you know, I don't know. It can be anything in your world, a bike ride, whatever. And that aspiration is huge and important, and we need it because it propels us forward. But there is a reality that sets in once you achieve some of those goals and some of those dreams, you know, and some of those things that you've been working towards. And that's true for everything, but especially true in consumer goods and video games and technology.
especially.
Right? Especially, yeah. There's a lot. I mean, you're half of the crappeteers over there. You've played lot of...
Played a lot of crap. Slammed through a lot of crap.
Yeah. We got some great comments in here. Fernie67 says, we need a Sleeping Dogs 2. Yes, they are sleeping on that franchise, and there's a movie coming.
Yeah, I just played through that because it was on Game Pass. Pretty sure it was on Game Pass.
It is, yeah.
I played through it first time. I hadn't finished it, but I was like, I'm gonna go back through. And then we had just watched the show The Good Doctor, and the guy Donnie Yen, I think the guy who's the lead actor for the game. I was like, I think this is the guy from The Good Doctor. Sure enough, it was.
That's awesome.
But it's such a good game. Still going back and playing it on the Xbox One, I was like, all right, okay. Game Pass, well done.
Yeah. UFG, man, United Front, they were an incredible studio. They had so much talent and so much potential and cut short. Awful. It's terrible that they're not still with us. Soren Paulin says, hey, Vic, hi, Fubar. I managed to secure a pre-order today, but I'm that guy. I love and hate this launch. This is a new launch experience. Maybe we need this to prepare for the just in cases. Yeah, it's you know, everything is making us question everything right now, which is not a bad.
It's nothing like a good love-hate relationship.
It's not a bad way to live right now. Just, you know, definitely find the things that give you joy and question, you know, what will give you that pure joy. And I'll tell you one of the things.
Got a lot of pure joy.
Well, I think one of the things that's really been profound for me, right? Like, I'm not working with all the people that I want to be working with all the time, and I'm not doing all of the visiting and the traveling and all the wonderful benefits of my job that I've been able to really enjoy for many years. But I am connecting with lots of people like this, you know, through Zoom chats and Skype calls and podcasts, and also now through live streams, and that has been wonderful. High five, buddy. High five. Oh, high five. Wrong way. High five. Yeah. But also, you know, I'm working from home, and I've been around my family and around my daughter a ton this year, and we've you know, we've just had some really nice moments, you know, and I bought baseball mitts. I've said this a couple times before. I bought baseball mitts a long time ago for myself and my wife and my daughter. And we've taken them out and we've thrown the ball around. And there was a period of my daughter's kind of over it because she's into Roblox now. But there was a period there where every day we were getting outside in the front yard and just throwing the baseball around. And it's something else, man, to throw a ball to
It's National Daughter Day, Vic. Way to celebrate, you know?
Is it really?
It is.
Shut up. Today is National Daughter Day?
It's what I've seen on the Instagrams and the internet.
Oh, my God. That's awesome. Okay, stream over. See you guys. Play forever. No.
Papa! Papa!
No. You know what's weird is, I have to see her. I have streamed a lot today. But all I'm saying is measure the joy and the love that you have and with things and people in this world, and evaluate it all and lean into what is right there for you. Okay, you guys? All right.
Be
enough preaching
excellent to each other.
Yeah, enough preaching from
party on, dude.
Papa Vic. Party on, dude. Be excellent to each other. That was some pretty good messaging from Bill and Ted, right?
The more you know, it was.
I mean, it was really a lovely, joy-filled, cheesy movie that was just so fun, man. It was great.
Still holds up today. Yeah. Old and new.
Totally, it does. All right, here we go. Telltale lives on through Skybound Games. There we go. That's from Sam I Am 111. We sure got off on a tangent there. I've been gamifying my training a lot since the pandemic with Zwift. Vic, you should take a look if you have the opportunity. Treadmill or indoor smart bike. You know what? That's good commentary, Kevin Boucher. I am super psyched, actually, with this new Fitness Plus thing that Apple is spending money on, and presumably everybody else is going to have, Samsung and Google. But just this idea of like, watching the videos, but it's connected to your watch and your data, and you're seeing all the stats, and pretty soon, like, you're basically putting an electronic gadget that's measuring every sort of, milliliter of blood that's coursing through your body.
Your oxygen levels are low. What? Get off of me.
But you're exercising and seeing all of that stuff. It's pretty cool. I'm excited about all this. It's pretty rad. Okay. One last piece of news, which I think we should talk about, and it's kind of on the heels of that incredible WandaVision trailer. Did you see that surreal trailer for the new WandaVision show?
The WandaVision.
Yeah.
The visions of Wanda.
Yeah. What do you think?
New things. I told you, it's the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so surreal. Yeah. Thank you, man. We're going to make a superhero show, but it's going to be like Dick Van Dyke. What do you think? I mean, it's so surreal, right? Okay.
Yeah, whatever. It's more new stuff. Sure. At this point, I'll take it.
But today, it's all over the internets.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Fury's getting his own show.
Yeah, he is.
I love Samuel L. Jackson. Disney Plus is going to give, they need to do it, man. Nick Fury's an amazing character. He has been
Why is he in all these movies?
Right.
Where did he come from? How did he get the say to just make cameos in all these damn Marvel movies?
Right. Love it. Anyone in here for making an EPN group in Squadrons when it's out? I love that idea, the Ren. We're going to be playing some Squadrons soon, brother. Absolutely.
Foobs 5 standing by.
I love that you made you're already drunk as part of saying that. Yeah. You were in character.
Foobs 5 standing by. Standing by. I'm standing by.
Foobs 5 standing by. I'm hammered. I've got my VR headset on. Yeah. I'm hammered.
You didn't get the attachments where you can put like your beer cans inside of the VR headset and just with a straw. You're like,
oh my God. Oh, that's a show. Disney Plus should make that. Okay. Well, I'm super fired up for the Nick Fury show. That has got to happen. But right now, what has got to happen is we've got to play, and hopefully everything is still alive.
No, it reset.
Oh, did it reset?
We lost connection to server.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully, I don't even know if this is going to turn on, but hopefully this is going to work. We're going to jump into live streaming of Battlegrounds right here. It's all locked, of course. I got to log on. Oh, no, it's playing. Oh, wait. Okay, it's logging in. Everything went to sleep because we were chatting. There it is. I don't want any music, though, so hopefully that doesn't light up. I turned the music down. I did.
It down.
Right. But that turns you. I've got you locked to it. Okay, cool.
There I am.
All right. Rock and roll. So we are going to play.
Spelunky 2?
What's that?
This isn't Spelunky 2.
No, it's the other game you're playing. Okay, so we're going to play Friend Online. Here we go.
Got him. He's always watching. My little Spelunk. I'm a little Spelunky guy.
Okay, don't look at all these names, you guys. I guess you kind of have to. All right. Boom. There we go. Invite.
Oh, I've received an invitation.
Let's play, man. So.
Okay. Look how easy this setup is.
First, Vic's Basement live and rolling right into a multiplayer live stream with 2 cameras. I had to
learning the
internet
internet's so good.
I'm learning the internet, guys. I'm learning how to do things.
Like, this is pro tip status right here.
I'm figuring things out. Okay, now I haven't really played this game. I'm playing as The Rock.
Okay, I'm gonna be
because that's the obvious choice.
Cold Steve Austin.
Okay, cool.
What?
So this launched this week, correct?
Yes.
And you've been playing it like crazy. There aren't that many characters. How many characters?
You have to play through campaign to unlock new characters.
Okay.
or you can purchase them using the in-game currency,
Ah,
or
yes,
you
but
can
of
buy
course.
yourself some golden bucks.
All right. Well, I'll be the Rock.
You just pat, there he is in all his
Boom.
bald glory.
That's the Rock yells through your controller, which is kind of cool. And
Okay.
so, Foobs, take it easy on me. I haven't really played this game that much.
Yeah, no, you got your squares and your triangles, your punches and your kicks. Throws are X and right thumbstick. Special move is L2, R2 when it prompts you. You boost up your heat circle.
Cool.
You just watch me play, and then you will learn how to take an ass whipping. What? What? Somebody throw me a beer.
So this is kind of a weird one for. I've just thought about the audio version of Vic's Basement. This is a little bit weird for the audio version of the podcast, but we'll play.
I'll commentate as we play along. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. So we are actually live.
Stone Cold running out. Pow! Elbow to the Rock. Step on his face.
I love the art of this. This is a cool looking game.
Yeah, right. So the 2K just did the NBA Battleground. I think it was Battlegrounds. Did it call it Battlegrounds?
Playgrounds.
Playground?
Yeah. And they couldn't have called it WWE Playgrounds. That would have upset the wrestling hardcores out there.
Well,
yes, I think I'm killing you. I'm totally crushing you.
Well, I was focused on seeing if. Look at this guy. Get off me, you piece of trash, Rock.
And so what am I doing with the right thumbstick? You were saying something before?
Right thumbsticks in
It's
directions
two
are
bald, sweaty men wearing super tight, skimpy little shorts. Look at us. There we go.
That's not how you do that, piece of trash.
Oh.
Look at him.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to impersonate the Rock. I don't have a Rock impression. How does the Rock talk?
Make a smile with your pearly whites, like a smackdown on my candy ass, but you can't, because I took your legs out, you piece of trash. That's pretty much what I do when I stream this game. It's just a lot of me yelling for no reason.
Yeah, for sure. How does this feel for you as, you've played every freaking wrestling game that's come out. Ever.
Racing. I love the good wrestling racing game. Racing?
Yeah, racing. I think there was a wrestling racing game, but how does this feel as a wrestling fanatic?
Metal-esque.
Are you digging this game?
I'm digging it. I mean, it's very simplified. Obviously, there was a lot of backlash towards the last WWE game that came out from 2K.
Yeah.
But this, again, like I've been saying it for years. It's not that, but they need to just take the because this last 2K game was the first time that Visual Concepts took over.
Right.
For creating the game itself without Ukes and the studio that's made the games for forever. But I wish they would have just taken the old like No Mercy style of game.
Right.
Give me all the characters from now, but giving that style of game same controls from the N64 style.
Right.
Kick him in the balls. Stunner.
Wow. Oh, that was you. I can't tell one bald dude from the other.
That's right. Sorry.
Okay.
They weren't expecting a stunner. That's a 1, 2. Oh hell no.
I like that it's like it's not complicated. Like I find with the wrestling games, I see some cool moves and stuff, but I don't quite know how I'm doing them. And this one seems a little bit more straightforward. But that's probably the problem with it.
Your X button is grabbing in different directions what you push, and then the right thumbstick also. And then you have to pay attention to like. There's also different like environment attacks. So there's a big alligator you can throw a guy into. You can throw him into a car jack. Car falls on his face.
Okay.
You have if you look on the bottom wherever your character is, bottom left or bottom right, they have like you can push left, up, right. Those
I'm
are
sure
your
getting the repeat tapping the X button when I'm on the ground move. Very good at that.
That's called me stopping a mud hole into candy ass.
Give me a second. Let me punch you. I enjoyed the game when I was knocking you around a bit. Yes, thank you. Yeah, thanks. Take it easy on me for a second. Okay. Oh, you got me. This is it. Oh! Ouch! I have little birds floating around my head. You got me. I can't do anything. You got me. All right. Good job. Good job. Over this way. Good job. You learn as you play. Charlie Jordan says, does this guy got me muted? I've posted the Discord link multiple times. I didn't see it. Maybe it's filtering out links. Jose is Steve. Yeah, he's got it down, doesn't he? Jose's got great impressions. What do we got? You are correct, Vic, and it's going to be almost $300 in Canada for the 1 gig card. Windsor Guy 22. Incredible. We're talking about
PSP
proprietary storage for the new consoles. It's a new world. The table is blank. The costs on all of this stuff is going to be insane. Okay, so we are going to play. Let's play another one.
If you wanna.
Actually, let's play Exhibition Women. I don't know any of the ladies in.
Come on,
in here.
Vic.
Let's play. Can we play 2 versus 2?
Yeah, man, pick a tag team match.
Steel cage. Okay. Friend online.
Steel cage. No, you want to do tag.
Okay.
You don't want to get your ass put inside a steel cage.
Okay. Oh, not tornado tag team. Okay. So tag team is. Can we just play 2-player?
You can do tornado tag. Tornado tag is we're both in the ring at the same time.
Oh, okay. But can we just play 2-player? I don't want to be waiting for people.
No, I mean you should be able to.
Oh, CPU. Okay. Oh, wait.
I think you need to add.
Oh, right. Got you. CPU and CPU. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Now I have to add you. And why
Did
can't
we just become best friends?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why can't we just jump right into another match? That's weird that I have to add you again.
I don't know, man. This is the first time I've played it against people that I know.
Okay. Here we go. Invite. Here you go. Jose, best wrestling game of all time, VR Grid is asking.
I mean, obviously, No Mercy on the N64. But there was a Japanese game that came out right before No Mercy did called Virtual Pro Wrestling 2. Amazing. Amazing.
Awesome.
Have a
when
sealed
did
copy
that come out?
right there. That was, 2099? Early 99?
And that was a Ukes game?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is Ukes doing now?
No idea. I mean, there's another wrestling company that's also looking for a game, the AEW.
Okay.
I heard they were going to try to do that. They were going to try to do a style of like the No Mercy game, which would be genius.
Right.
Genius.
We got a nice comment from Fenton Reed Smith saying, I'm really appreciating Vic's live streams and chats. Friendly and informed, very enjoyable. You rock. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me on my journey into live streams and figuring out OBS and stuff. Oh, by the way, I haven't even asked, has the stream been fairly stable and solid? Has there been hitches or freezes or anything like that? Audio's been okay? Ren saying, gotta run. Love the setup. See you soon. Awesome. Thank you. And
Thank
Sam
you,
I
Ren.
Am 111, who is loaded with info. Oh, we got to confirm everything.
Mm-hmm. Beth Phoenix, the Glamazon.
All right.
Where?
Sam I Am 111 says that Ukes is working on a new wrestling game.
Mm-hmm.
A fount of video game information. Their own wrestling game. Nintendo Boy 17, question to Foobs. Have you ever heard of a wrestling anime called Ultimate Muscle? If so, did you know that there was a GameCube game?
Yes, I have the PS2 version right there.
Okay. Oh, I see it.
Galactic Pro
I see
Wrestling?
I see the title of... No, I don't.
Galactic Muscle.
I think I remember that game.
Yeah.
It's those little muscly dudes, right?
Yeah.
Right. The little tiny rubbery muscly dudes. Okay.
Classico.
Why are we in the same arena? Why didn't they give us a new arena? Did we have to choose
You probably
that?
don't have arenas unlocked. Maybe I'll pick the next one and I'll invite you.
Okay, very cool. I don't know what character I am. There's a
You
lot.
are Ronda Rousey.
Which one is she? Is she got
You're
a
the one
T-shirt
got
on?
thrown seeing stars
Okay,
right
all
now.
right, okay.
I am Naomi, feeling the glow. I'll Liv Morgan down on the ground, smashed into the concrete.
Oh, this is cool.
You only live once, Liv. Pick her
So,
up. Oh,
yeah, I can see that it's taking it easy on me, the computer is, unlike you, throwing every
that's just the
special
computer being
attack
nice.
at me.
Oh, there you go.
Being nice.
Big
That was
toss
cool.
over.
Nice.
right.
What are you doing over there? You got a hammer? What are you doing?
It's time to get hammered.
Are
Vic.
you just hanging out? What you doing? Oh yeah, you
Bam!
have
Bam!
you have Harley
Bam!
Quinn's hammer apparently. That's
right.
cool.
Hammer time, Vic.
All right. Oh, keep pressing the. Oh, that's great.
Oh, reversal from Liv Morgan drops Naomi to the fucking ground. So the good thing about this game is that I can
She is
control my
totally
language.
dressed as Harley Quinn. You can what?
I can totally control my language for the most part.
Okay.
Games like Spelunky, which I've put countless hours into already. Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
You're
Try
swear.
to keep those
Swear-a-thon?
team-rated streams alive, but does not happen, my friend. That game cheats to win.
Ah! Wow, that was cool.
Don't let Liv Morgan do that. Come on.
I'm fine.
Come on. Come on. Come on. I got her, Vic. I got her.
You and Tommy used to review Ultimate Muscle Game. Ultimate Muscle Game. I think it was in a Versus and a Showdown, Legends of Wrestling. Okay, cool. That's where we kind of met Jose, I think, was in our wrestling reviews. Didn't you reach out to us after we did a wrestling game and we called it WW?
Yeah, it was right after they changed the name and they got the F out. And you were like, well, they're just WW now. And that aired on television. And I was like, you guys are never allowed to do this again.
Oh my God. Yeah, we got some emails about that one. You guys know nothing about wrestling, and they weren't wrong. We sure don't know anything about wrestling.
They weren't wrong.
We know something about video games, though. We know it was fun to play. But yeah, that led to us working with you on on doing interviews with wrestling personalities and wrestling game developers, because you just knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, and I still do to this day.
You still do. I do remember, though, who was the woman that you had to interview in
man,
the first
that was the first interview of the day.
Yeah.
Stacy Keebler.
Stacy Keebler, yes.
Hey, Foobs, you got this smoking hot picture of Stacy Keebler on your PSP. You should show. Okay, boss. Whatever you say, boss. She said, "Wow, that's kind of weird."
Yeah, you showed her a scantily clad publicity photo that she had. You showed it to her on your PSP before you interviewed her. She's like, "Oh,
oh, I just had it for documentational purposes. Like, Vic, this is gonna be one of the people that we could be potentially interviewing. Don't mess this up." Oh my God.
It's over.
That's hilarious. And then you were so polite, and so you were like almost a Canadian boy when you did that first red carpet. You were in your suit. You were so nervous.
Yeah, man.
And it was awesome. I loved it. Oh, the good old days. That was your first one, right?
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. We are victorious.
The cutest wrestling game ever. It is pretty cute. I dig this game. I think it's pretty cool. I'll stick with it. Maybe you and I can get online and play some just this. But I think that's pretty good as a little catch up on the game here. I'm gonna put us back.
A little mustard or a little ketchup.
Yeah, a little catch up on the game. Okay, and I got to press this button, and that's your back there, and then I press that, and boom. Okay, we're back to the two screen right there. I'm figuring out all the buttons and the widgets and everything. But that was great, brother. That was awesome. Thank you for coming and joining me on this adventure.
You know, anytime I get a chance to whip your ass in some wrestling. Oh, hell yeah.
Well,
and also talk about, gaming stuff.
Talking about important stuff, important fun things going on in the video game industry. That's what you can depend on Vic's Basement for. This is Jose Sanchez. You can follow him on Twitter. That's what I forgot. I forgot name keys for the two of us. I will remember that next time. This is Jose Sanchez. You can follow him on Twitter under Don Fubar. Are you Don Fubar on Twitch as well?
Don_Fubar.
Don_Fubar on Twitch.
Yeah.
He streams all the time. He's a very, very proficient and prolific video gamer, and you stream when you're hammered. Is that what you said?
No, I occasionally. That's when I do Spadrunky. Oh, Spadrunky streams are gonna come back real soon.
Oh, that's awesome. But we sure love you, brother, and you got lots of love in the chat, and thank you all so much for being here and for supporting the channel and for watching our content or listening to this if you listen to this as an audio podcast. Thanks, Foobs. We'll see you soon, pal.
All right, buddy.
All right. Okay, thank you. And thank you all for watching. We will see you soon. And until then, play forever.